Did you know that eternal life on this plane exists, and anyone can achieve it if you follow the life of light and become an enlightened master, making you a white mage and making you live forever on this plane, so you know age. You can't die from the hands of man. When you do want to leave this place, you choose to go, you go through like a meditative state once your mission here is done. This is what Buddha taught, Jesus taught, all the ascended masters, Mary Magdalene, they all basically became enlightened, taught ascension, taught enlightenment, and then taught others how to do it too. When you become enlightened, you escape the cycle of reincarnation, and then you go straight up to the highest heaven, back up to God when you leave this plane. So enlightenment is an internal biochemical process that happens when you live a certain lifestyle and eat a certain way, consume certain things in order to fill yourself with enough light, be an alkaline vessel, fill yourself with chi and life force energy, build your chi and your life force energy until you ascend your Kundalini up to the top and become enlightened. So people call it the holy science, sacred secretion, attaining Christ consciousness, Kundalini rising. There's loads of different words for this process of enlightenment. There are also many people who claim to be enlightened and yet they aren't actually living the life of light. So the word enlightenment has almost got messed around where people don't really understand what enlightenment is anymore. People either think it's something that you can only attain when you've been a Buddha in meditation for like thousands of lifetimes, or it's something that you just attain from realizing, like having a small spiritual awakening and realizing that you are made of God. That isn't enlightenment. Enlightenment is a process. It's called the way. It's a path you must walk in order to achieve it within, and you can do it on this plane. So what also comes with enlightenment is becoming a white mage or a light mage. Before you become enlightened, you're in the lower mind, you're in the ego. This is humans' descended state. God made us in an ascended state. So when we fell from grace, when we descended from the Garden of Eden, we lost our enlightenment basically. And then people were born in sin, which actually just means they were born unenlightened. And the word sin comes from the word sign, which is a representation of the sine wave, also the goddess, the moon goddess sign or sin. And it basically means to be in your emotions, because the moon governs the emotions and the sine wave is an electrical wave that is what your emotions are. Your emotion is energy in motion, and your emotions are this animalistic lower nature, these negatively polarized energies that people have when they're out of balance and they're unenlightened. And then you react emotionally to things, and you're much easier controlled when you react emotionally to things. Now, becoming enlightened doesn't mean that you have to just control your emotions. What it actually is you control your emotions and learn how to heal yourself up until the point where you become enlightened. And then when you actually attain enlightenment, your body's primed, your bow living is primed enough to have enough light and to ascend your Kundalini up to the top, and basically you embody your Christ consciousness within. Then you know how to control your emotions, because they just cease to exist. They don't exist within you anymore. So it's not like you're trying to control anger and you're trying to be a Buddha and you're trying to have self-control and kind of thing. It's literally like those emotions, they don't exist within you anymore. They never arise because they aren't there anymore, because you ascend out of the lower mind and into the higher mind. You ascend out the emotional body, out of the ego and up into the higher mind and into the soul. So I'm doing a workshop from the 1st to the 12th of December. It's called the 12 Rays of Conscious Christmas, and it's all about how people used to become enlightened around Christmas time. This is why it's called Christmas, because Merry Christmas means Mary, like Mary, and Christ is Christ. So it's Mary and Christ, the divine feminine and the divine masculine, coming together, unifying as one en masse. So basically, masses of people would use the winter solstice and the energies that are at play celestially around Christmas time as a way of ascending the Kundalini and attaining their Christ consciousness and their enlightenment. However, the Christmas tradition has completely changed from what enlightenment is, because it's now about feasting and eating animal products and eating junk food and drinking loads of alcohol, and these are the exact opposite of what it is to live the life of light. The life of light is about being vegan, being clean, being alkaline, no drinking alcohol, and it's like a lifestyle to live. So I'm going to be teaching on this 12 Rays of Conscious Christmas. It's a free course. It's going to be a webinar call every evening from the 1st till the 12th, a joint webinar call. I'm going to be teaching what enlightenment is, why they used to do it at Christmas time, how to actually attain your enlightenment on the winter solstice at Christmas time, or just in general, so that you've got the wisdom and the information, so that if you want to put the life of light into your own life, you can literally do that and become a white mage and become ascended enlightened master. The reason why a light mage or a white mage is out of the ego is because when you're in the ego and you're in your emotions are negative energy, and you can't ascend out of the negative energy when you keep being in your emotions. When you ascend out your emotions, you aren't creating black magic anymore, you're creating white magic. So black magic is like basically negative energy. When you ascend, you then creating white magic and bringing in the light and positive energy. That's what a true white mage or a true light mage is. And so the 12 Rays of Conscious Christmas, it's going to be sharing loads and loads of really interesting topics every single ray. And then I'm also actually going to be offering one-on-one mentorship if you did feel called to achieving your enlightenment in this lifetime. If you go on the link in my profile, you can apply for the 12 Rays of Conscious Christmas course to join us for free, or you can also have a look on my one-to-one mentorship sessions. You can book a free 15-minute call with me where we can have a chat about what the options are if you really were like me, where you felt like this life is for you to achieve your enlightenment and to achieve your soul's highest purpose. Then we can chat about how I could help you, and we could put a proper plan together in your life on how you can achieve your enlightenment with some mentorship. But if you aren't sure, or if you just want to join the course, just join the free course first and see what it's all about, and then have a think. But join the course, apply. Hope to see you there.